You know penny stocks can make you rich, but how do you find the ones for those triple-digit returns? With just as many of these small-cap stocks losing as winning, how do you find the best penny stocks to buy that are going to grow your portfolio? In this video, I'll not only share a strategy for boosting your returns in penny stocks, I'll show you what to look for in these investments and reveal 3 stocks to watch in 2020 that could make you a millionaire. We're talking penny stock investing today on Let's Talk Money.
Beat debt.
Make money.
Make your money work for you.
Creating the financial future you deserve.
Let's talk money.
Hey Bowtie Nation, Joseph Hogue with the Let's Talk Money channel here on YouTube. A special shout out to everyone in the nation. Thank you for spending a part of your day to be here. If you're not part of that community yet, just click that little red subscribe button. It's free and you'll never miss an episode. Nation, I am excited about this video. It was originally going to be part of a longer video on 5 strategies to get rich, but writing it out, I started to realize the potential in this one and wanted to make it a video all by itself. Those of you in the nation already know how penny stock returns can boost your portfolio. So I recommended Eldorado Gold back in April as one of my favorite small cap stocks to watch, with the stock price right around $4.58 a share. That was just before it exploded higher, and within 5 months, the shares touched $10 each for a 123% return, and are still around a 65% return after coming down a little bit. Even if you held those shares for that 8 months since the video, you'd be sitting at a 98% annualized return. Now that alone has the potential to make you very rich very fast, but I've got a penny stock strategy that we can use to amplify your returns like 2 or 3 times over. Make sure you watch that next video though. I'm going to be publishing it in the next few days, and I'm going to be revealing those 4 other ideas, each with the potential to make you rich. In fact, a few of these ideas have the potential to blow this penny stock trading strategy out of the water. I'm really excited to see how they do for you. In this video, I'll start by showing you that opportunity in penny stocks, how these investments beat the market and why. Then we'll look at that trading strategy to double or triple your returns and how to set it all up. I'll then show you exactly what to look for in penny stocks and then reveal 3 stocks that I'm watching for massive gains this year. Again, you can make some massive returns on penny stocks alone. I was in the Webull app earlier today screening for stocks and saw 2 just exploding. First, Hepion Pharmaceuticals was up more than 50% on data from a preclinical study. This company was valued at just $12 million yesterday and at $2.45 per share. You can scroll through here on the app and look for all kinds of technical charting. You get analyst targets, news, everything you need to analyze a stock. Also today was Wafu Education Group, a test prep service out of Beijing, up almost 210% on news that it signed a partnership agreement with a major university. Again, here are all kinds of information from short interest to charts and news on this app. The features on Webull were made for stock traders, from access to extended hours trading to low margin rates, and my favorite here, this stock simulator to test your ideas that I'll show you how to use. Now I'll leave a link to Webull in the video description below. Make sure you check that out and get your 2 free shares of stock worth up to $1,000 just when you open an account. So you can make those returns you need just on penny stocks, and I'll share a few points in picking these stocks next, but we're going to amplify our returns through what's called margin trading. Now this is where you borrow on your account to invest more than the account's value. Webull offers 4 times day trading power and 2 times overnight buying power with margin rates from 7 to 4% depending on your account balance. That means if you have $5,000 in your account, you can buy up to $20,000 worth of investments on a day trading basis, or up to $10,000 worth of stocks if you plan on holding them overnight. Now you'd pay that interest rate on any money borrowed, so that 4 to 7% annualized rate. Now that margin investing is going to boost your returns. For example, if you start with a $5,000 account, investing another $5,000 on margin and find 2 penny stocks a month for a return of just 13% each, you'd reach that $1 million in just 1 year. Now I want to walk you through how I find penny stocks to buy, how to pick the ones with the most potential, and how to use that investing simulator on Webull. I love this feature for being able to test out my ideas in that play money portfolio on the app before I go all in with my own money. You can screen for stocks of companies under a certain size or a share price in this Webull app and create a screener that's going to continuously look for these stocks. So I started with companies under $1 billion in market cap. Now that's really the definition of small cap or penny stocks, under that $1 billion company size. You can also use some of these technical indicators which screen for momentum and other patterns in the stock. So I'll use this one on a relative strength signals and see which stocks meet that screener. Once you've got a list of stocks that meet these basic fundamentals and maybe some of those technical signals, it's time to start digging into the financials. Now this is going to take some time, but nobody said getting rich on penny stocks would be easy. Okay, a lot of people say getting rich on penny stocks is easy, but you shouldn't believe them. Now, when I'm looking for penny stocks with double or even triple digit potential, I'm looking for 4 more things on the financials. First, I want to find companies that have grown their sales over at least 2 or 3 consecutive years. So even if a company isn't profitable yet, it's at least getting closer with this positive sales trend. I also want to see a consistently higher operating margin. Now that operating margin, or the operating income divided by the sales on the income statement, that trend is hugely important, especially for these small, fast-growing companies. You see, most penny stock companies, they're growing sales so fast, they're just sacrificing efficiency for growth in this stage. Sales are growing, but they're also spending so much on marketing or more staff that operating margin, that profitability is decreasing. But if you can find a company that is not only growing sales, but also becoming more profitable while it's doing that, you've got the potential to see earnings explode higher. Now, I also want to watch for runaway debt with these companies, because a lot of these, they're going to be getting loose with the spending and start using lots of debt instead of keeping things lean. Management just starts to rationalize that it's okay to borrow because the company is growing so quickly, but it's just a noose that slowly tightens around the company's neck. So I'm looking for companies that are able to produce that sales growth, do it efficiently, and then stay lean without blowing out their debt to equity ratio. Now finally, I just take a quick look at the stock chart, and this isn't anything scientific. I just don't want to invest in a company that's been around for decades and never did anything. You see this all the time with penny stocks. Companies trading in that penny stock space for decades and just never seem to make it into the big time. Now, once you found some penny stocks that you want to follow, you can either buy the shares or use this paper portfolio feature in Webull to follow the stock for a while. The app gives you $1 million to test out different strategies in stocks before you make that real trade. So you go into the app here and you see that I've already been testing a few stocks with these simulated trades. If I go into a stock and click paper trading, it takes me to this page to buy or sell the shares. Then it's just like a normal trade where you put in an order to buy the number of shares that you want. So I can follow these stocks in my paper portfolio just as if it were a real money stock portfolio. Now I want to highlight 3 penny stocks that I found using these criteria. 3 stocks that I think have a lot of potential for those fast double-digit returns. First is $544 million Mobile Iron, ticker MOBL, a leader in mobile security. Mobile Iron is a platform enabling business customers to secure their applications and their content. So we're talking about securing employee devices and business property. That's a huge growth market right now and a big opportunity for the company. The company has reported 4 consecutive years of sales growth at a 10% pace and still been able to keep those operating expenses stable throughout that whole period. Now, Mobile Iron is just beginning to be profitable with a 7-cent loss per share reported last year and expected to report its first year of profitability over these next 4 quarters. Next here is probably my favorite of the group, $482 million Energy Recovery, ticker ERII. Now, this company provides desalination services for water treatment as well as waste recycling and recovery services in that oil and gas industry. It's grown revenue by over 25% annually over 4 consecutive years, while only growing those operating expenses by 7% a year. So this company is growing quickly, but also keeping a lid on those expenses. Now, Energy Recovery has $90 million in cash on the balance sheet and only $12 million in debt, so a pristine financial position for a penny stock company. Earnings are expected lower over the next year, but management has been able to more than quadruple profit expectations over the past year, so definitely one you want to be watching. This next pick, $590 million Vectrus, ticker VEC, is a really good example that penny stocks don't have to trade for under $5 or $10. The definition of a penny stock or a small cap company is that company size, not the stock price. So while Vectrus might trade for $51 a share, it's still a very small company under that $1 billion market cap. Now, Vectrus provides logistics and IT services to the U.S. government with critical network communication support to the Department of Defense. It's produced stable sales growth over the last 3 years while keeping operating expenses under control and still lowering debt. Earnings have been steadily rising and are expected to jump 37% over the next year to $3.85 a share. So here you've got a growing small cap company trading for just 13 times on a price to earnings basis. Check out my 5 favorite stocks under $5 a share by clicking on the video to the right. 5 more great penny stocks to watch for your portfolio. Now, don't forget to join the Let's Talk Money community by tapping that subscribe button and clicking the bell notification.